Hi there, welcome back to JD Wire. Today I have the 7 Rhymes ID20 wireless microphone. I'm going to go over the unboxing and features of this microphones. Then I'm going to put this to the test to see if this is the right microphone for you. All right, so let's open this up from the top. Move this. All right, we're going to open this up. Remove this hang tab. Then we're going to take this out, but I want to keep the box because I want to show you some information on the box itself. All right, there's the information on the back of the box. You could pause this at any time to review the information. The first thing I have to say is this case. I like this case. This case is very good. It's a little sturdy case and it has all the items in there. Now I have this case here, and this is from a different lavalier system that I use sometimes. But what I don't like about it is that it's flimsy compared to this one is a hard case. So if I were to drop these, well, it might damage the contents that are inside. That's why I like this case instead. All right, so let's open this up. All right, let's take a look what we got. And the first thing is we have some information cards from 7 Rhymes. Here you go, there's a 7 on there. And then on the back, just gives some information about these the 7 Rhymes. Here's this electronic technology card with the service warranty on there as well. Then you have the instruction manual. It goes over everything you receive in the box there. It goes over the menu for the LCD screen, and it gives them information about each port of the transmitter and receiver. And again, some more information, how to pair them, how to wear the device, and the wind muff. And there you go, how to connect, and some specifications on the back. Then you got 2 transmitters. Now the microphone's wireless working range is up to 100 meters, which is 328 feet. Now this also works off a 2.4 gigahertz wireless frequency. Now these DW20 microphones has a 48 kilohertz 16-bit high sampling rate, perfect for live streaming, interviews, and general recording needs. All right, let's take a closer look at the receiver first, and let's see what we have on top. Okay, on the left side, you have the monitoring port, which is a 3.5 millimeter TRS or TRRS port. What's good about the monitoring port is when you plug in your headphones, you could adjust according to your suiting needs, avoid noises, and ensuring the microphones are working correctly. On the right side is your 3.5 millimeter TRS audio output port. And with this output port, you could connect it to your camera, to your cell phone, or even a tablet. Now here's a side view of the receiver. Now on the top you see an A. This is for transmitter A. And this is where you could adjust the gain level. Underneath it is B. It's where you could adjust the gain level of the B transmitter. Now when you need to repair the transmitters, long press the A and B button at the same time to make sure the receiver enters pairing state. Then on the transmitter, hit the pairing button and the receiver and the transmitter will be paired. Underneath the A and B button, you're going to see a Type-C USB port. This is where you could charge the receiver, or this is going to be your digital out to either your computer or your cell phone. Now you could also charge the receiver by connecting it to a power bank or an external battery that you may have for your camera gear. Or you could simply connect it to your wall outlet using an AC adapter. And in the front, you'll see the yellow power button, or is also used as a mode button. Then on the back, you also have a belt clip. Now let's take a closer look at one of the transmitters. Now right here is going to be your microphone, and those 2 slots is where you put your wind muff, and we'll get to that in just a minute. Now next to that is your 3.5 millimeter TRS port, where you can connect an external microphone, which is going to be your lavalier. Now on top, you're going to have the mute button. Underneath that is your denoise button. Denoise filters out various background noises. Now that button is also the pairing button. Underneath that is a USB charging port. And the back you have this belt clip where you connect it to your shirt or your belt. Let's see what else we got. All right, we got one lavalier here. And this is going to go to the microphone port of one of your transmitters here. And you just simply just push that in there all the way in. And then you could activate the external microphone. Here goes another one. I think this is also another lavalier as well. And I like that they have these wind muffs on. And of course, if you don't need it, you can simply just pull that out. Here you go. Next is going to be, let's see which cable this is. Now, if we get a closer look at this cable, you're going to see it has 3 black rings. This is your TRRS cable side, and this one has a gray sleeve. Now, the black side of this cable has 2 rings. Now, this is your TRS cable. So TRRS on one side and TRS on the other. Now, the other cable, both sides have a black sleeve, and they both have 2 black rings on there. So this is going to be your TRS cable for both sides. And this is the one we're going to use for your cameras. Then you have this cord here, and this is your charging cord. One side is your USB-A side, and the other side has 3 USB connections, Type-C USB connections. All right, so on this end here, we have the 3 Type-C USBs. What we're going to do is we're going to get the receiver, and we're going to connect that one in there. And you hear that little snap go in there. We're going to get our receiver and do the same thing. There's a snap in there. Next one, here you go. So here you got all 3 connected to the Type-C USB side of the cord. And all you have to do in this one is plug it into a power bank, to an external power bank as well, or you can connect it straight to your wall outlet using an AC adapter. Now you notice the receiver here, I put this one on the orange cord because this is the one you use when you connect it to your cell phone or to your computer. This is the one you use. It will charge it, but it's also your data cable for that. Then you're going to have 2 wind muffs. And each of the wind muff have a slot where you're going to put them into your microphone. Let me get you a closer look at that. There's the teeth of it right there. And what I'm going to do is line them up to the microphone. And let's see, let's get those in there. All right, there you go. It's in there. It's not going to come off. And that's how it looks when you put the wind muff on there. And this is when you're recording outside or there's some wind. You use this and that will hide that noise. And you could also use the denoise button on the side. Now I want to go over everything that's on the LCD screen of the receiver. And right now on the top left, you see stereo. So right now it's on stereo mode. So if I short press the yellow button, which is the power button, it will switch to mode. There it goes. It went from stereo to safety. Now let's change the mode once again. Now it's on mono mode. Now the difference between mono and stereo mode is that only one channel will be recorded. Now right now you'll see 2 bars moving on the A transmitter and the B transmitter. Now if you have this connected to your computer or any recording device that separates track, you will have one track on A and the other track will be on B. So you can record 2 independent tracks. Now if we switch this to stereo mode, transmitter A and transmitter B will be on one track. Where a mono mode, it will be recorded in 2 tracks. Now when you record on 2 tracks, if one person coughs or sneezes in post, you can lower down that cough or sneeze to a 0, and that way they won't hear it on your recording. All right, now let's go to safety mode. Oh, I did just passed it. There it is. So here, only one track will be recorded, and the next one will be recorded with 6 decimals lower. Now on the top right, you'll see the status of the battery. So this is indicating how much time you have left on your receiver. So while recording and the battery level is low and you still need to record, you can simply plug in the power cord and the receiver will be charging and working at the same time. Now if we go to the A and B next. A and B are your different transmitters. So one transmitter is A, the other one is B. Now I currently have one transmitter on me and I have the other transmitter farther. So that's why the A transmitter has lower bars compared to the B transmitter. Now to the right side here, you'll see the gain levels, and one is at -4 decibels. The other one, which is B transmitter, is at a -2 decibels. Next, I want to show you how to adjust the gain levels for transmitter A and transmitter B. Now, I do have transmitter B on me. Transmitter A will be over here. Transmitter A is farther. So you can see it right there on the side and behind us. So now I want to adjust transmitter A. So when you look at the audio bars when I'm talking, A has less bars than B because it's farther away. So what I'm going to do is I want to adjust the A transmitter to match up the bars for B. Now when you do that, it's going to sound louder in your recording, but I'm only doing this to show you how to adjust them. So I'm going to turn here and you see the A on top and you see the level going up. So it could only go up on your levels. So right here it's at -4. We're going to press it one time and let it go up. Let me adjust that there. All right, we're going to keep going. It's at 2. There we go. It's at 0 now. +2, +4, +6. Test, 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 set, test. So you can see how the bars are almost even right there. And it's at -6 right now. -4. And we'll leave it at -2. All right, so we'll do the same thing with B. So B I'm at here right now, I'm talking with. So I'm going to higher that one up. It's at 0, +2, +4, +6. And that's how you adjust the levels, by simply pressing those on the side. So those are the functions of your LCD screen on your receiver. Now let's go to the transmitter. Now in the corner left, you see the frequency level, and this is running off a 2.4 gigahertz frequency. To the right of that is your sound waves. Now on the right side of the bar, you see the signal strength, but there's no dots in front of it, okay? So, but if we press the denoise button, and which is the bottom button, we're just gonna press it, short press it once. You're gonna see the change come in there, and you can see it right there. So now this is on denoise. We'll block out any of the background noises. Now to the right of that is your microphone, and right now it's working at regular recording. Now we long press that. Able to hear me. And now what I was saying is you won't be able to hear me because it's on mute. So when you see that line across, that means that the microphone is muted. And to the right of that, of course, you see the battery status as it's charging right now while we're using this. And right here, the letter A, this is A transmitter, and you can see those sound bars moving right there. And if you ever need to turn these off, all you have to do is long press the power button and they will turn off. There you go. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how it's connected to the computer now with the Type-C USB cable going to my computer USB hub into a USB-A port. So let me show you how that works. All right, right now the receiver's on my camera right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer it over here to my hub, and that's where it's going to be recording. So let me do that. All right, and you can see it right there. And it's going into my hub right in there. So what I need to do before anything starts is I got to make sure that the receiver is on stereo mode. And as you can see right there, it's on stereo mode. And you can see both audio bars moving up and down. Now that it's on stereo mode, I got both microphones. And as I speak to one, I'm going to get closer to one and then move the other one far away and then move this one closer. So you got, this one's going to be A and this one's B. So A is closer and the bars will go higher And as I put this one back, the bars will go lower and this will be higher bars. So first what we got to do is we're going to come over here, and first we got to make sure that our audio is set up is correct. We're going to put recording device, and you can see right here it's already highlighted. Okay, so that's good. So what we're going to do now is go to tracks, and we're going to add new, and we're going to add mono track, and then we go to tracks again, and we're going to add mono track. So this one right here is going to be the B, and this one's A. What we could do is go ahead and label these tracks, or just rename them. And we're going to name this A mic. Next one, rename B mic. And the one with the wind muff is going to be mic A. So here we go. I'm going to press record. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to put them both a little farther away, and I'll get closer. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you see the bars going up and down. So when I'm talking on one mic, the bars are more audible, and as I talk to the other one, those go up as well. So that's how you record both microphones on the independent tracks. So if you're recording, say an interview, you're interviewing two people, or yourself and somebody else, and if someone coughs or they make a sound, you could go and to their independent track, and you could lower them down or delete for that segment. So that's how you do it. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how this is connected to a cell phone. Right now, I am using the Lavalier, the microphone with the 7 rhymes right now. And the receiver is connected to my camera right here, and you can see where it's connected on the side. All right, and it's actually on the cold shoe mount. The belt clip is right there on there. So that's one option you could use on there. Now, if you have a rig like this one, you could actually connect it on the sides here that has a cold shoe mount on there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer this unit, the receiver, to the cell phone so you can see exactly how that works. Now, this cell phone does have a 3.5 millimeter port, so you can connect the TRS cable to it to make it work. But in fact, what I need is a TRS cable. So let me get that one instead. Now I'm going to insert the cable to the side of the cell phone. And you can see it. I don't know if you can see it, but it has the 3 black lines. So let me go ahead and put that one in there. Now this is an older phone. When I say older, like 2 years ago. So this one still has that 3.5 millimeter port. But if you don't have it, you could use that USB slot right there. Then I'm going to go ahead and transfer the receiver. Going to put it in here on the out port. I'm sorry, yes, on the out port there. And then the cell phone mount actually has a cold shoe mount on top. And that's where I'm going to put that one right there. The receiver. And those are options you could use. All the audio that you're listening to is just the basic audio from my camera. So that's all you're hearing. Once I press play on the cell phone, record, the audio is going to be coming from the DW20. All right, so let me get that ready. Got this camera here, and and you can see a message on there that is said it's recording out of an external microphone. That's because it's working off the 7 rhymes, the DW20. So I'm going to press stop. Now the sound is coming from the camera. When I press record, it's coming from the lavalier system, the microphone. All right, so that's the message. So when you see that message is indicating that it's recording off an external microphone. So when you see that message, that means it's working. Now what I did a little while ago, trying to see which way the camera's at. Okay, the camera's on this side. So what I did a little while ago is that I connected the TRS cable, and that message wasn't coming out because I had the wrong cable. So if you don't see that message, you're using the wrong cable. It's the TRS cable, which is the ones with the 3 black lines, not 2. But now this is how it sounds. This is how it sounds working from a cell phone. And it's coming out of the lavalier here. So if I press on it, you can hear some distorting right there. All right, so that's how the lavalier system works. And this is the microphone that it's on right now. It's connected. It's going underneath my shirt and it's going here. That's one option to use. The other option is just to use it like this. And all you got to do is connect it to your shirt right there. Now, there's the other way you could put this in. Now, this is another way where you don't see the whole microphone, you just see the bell clip. But there's only one problem with that, is that depending on where the receiver is coming from, because it's a transmitter, this is the antenna in the front, and you don't really want to cover that up. So if you don't want to use the whole microphone like this, then what you want to do is use the lavalier, the lapel there, right there. That's what you want to use. Now, if it's going outside, it's windy, you got this wind muff that you could put right on there. And I better put this back to where it was because you could hear the sound better, because you hear me going around by holding this. All right, so hopefully that sound is better. And I have the microphone facing up, and that's what you want. You don't want it facing it down or to the side. And it's probably best if I put it on this side so you can hear it facing my mouth on there. So this is one way. This is the way it sounds with the cell phone. So this is the way you're going to use it. This is the setup. Let me show you the setup one more time. This is the setup on the microphone. That's the receiver. It's on the tripod. And that's one way to do it. Now, the other way to do this is, rather than going through the analog of the cell phone, which is a 3.5 millimeter port, you could use the orange cable and you could connect that into your cell phone, and that's going to be your connection to the receiver. Okay, so now what I got it is, I got it through the USB port. So I got the one in, but let me show you what happened though. Now this cable comes with the USB-A cable, which is this one here. So what I did is I added an adapter, a USB-A to a USB-C adapter, and then that's going to go to the receiver here. And you can see where it's connected to the orange cable. And the other end that gets connected, say if you're going to charge this to the wall outlet, it's going right here. So that is one way you could use it. Now, if you try to use one of the Type-C other ends, one of these other ends here, it's not going to work because it has to have the external part. One way in, one way out. It has to do that. So it's not going to use these other two ends. You can't do that. You got to use the other end. So if you're doing it this way, you will need an adapter. But those don't cost very much. Those are less, like $6 for like 2 of them or something. Maybe you lucky you get 3 of them. So 2 or 3 for $6, that's not bad at all. And what I'm doing is I'm using a digital out. By using the USB-C out to the receiver, this is your digital out, and this is how it looks. So again, this is how you would use it, and this is how it would sound. So hopefully it sounds good on your end. And again, we could always do this. And this is how it sounds when using digital output, and you have your microphone without the lavalier on there and attached to your collar. That's how it would sound. Okay, now I'm going to show you another way to use it. If you have your Type-C port, or even if it's an iPhone, you have the other adapter, I forget what it's called, the port, and you could use one of these adapters. And this one has for a headphones or for a microphone. That's the headphone, and this one's the microphone. So what you do is, which I'm going to take this off, and you're going to see what I'm doing here based on this camera right here. So let's face it this way. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to press record, and you're going to see the external message come out again. And there's that message. All right, so there's that message. You saw that. So that's another way of doing this, where you can use an adapter to connect to the receiver. Now, let me show you something on the side. And right there, you can see, I'm not sure there, where it's connected to the microphone port of the adapter, and it's going to the receiver. So that is another way of doing this. What did you think? Was this video helpful for you? If it was, give me that thumbs up. I appreciate that from you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and select all notifications for all upcoming videos. If you are interested in any of these products, I'll list links in the description down below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe!